cafeteria fell silent the moment Maya walked in. It was her first day at Jefferson High, and the weight of every stare pressed down on her shoulders. She clutched her tray tightly, trying not to stumble as whispers followed her across the room. She was the new girl, the outsider, the one who didn't yet belong, but Maya carried herself with quiet strength, even if her heart raced with nerves. What she didn't know was that someone was already planning to make her first day a nightmare. At the far table, Derek, the school's notorious bully, smirked as he watched her. He had a reputation for targeting anyone who seemed different, new students, kids who kept to themselves, or anyone who wouldn't fight back. To him, Maya was the perfect target. As she passed by, Derek stuck out his foot, sending her tray flying to the floor. Gasps echoed across the room as food splattered everywhere. For a moment, Maya froze. The old her, the one who hated confrontation, would have quietly cleaned up and walked away. But today, something inside her burned too fiercely to let it slide. "You should watch where you're going," Derek mocked loudly, his friends laughing behind him. Maya's eyes locked on his, calm yet unyielding. "Maybe you should," she replied softly, but with a sharpness that made the laughter falter. Derek wasn't used to being challenged, especially not by someone new. The tension grew thick as Derek puffed his chest. "What did you just say?" he barked, stepping closer. The cafeteria crowd leaned in, sensing a showdown. Maya stood her ground, her voice steady. "You heard me." The truth was, Maya had faced challenges far greater than this. Back in her old neighborhood, she had been underestimated countless times, by teachers who didn't believe in her, by classmates who mocked her, and even by neighbors who assumed she wouldn't rise above her circumstances. She had learned to stand tall, to find strength in silence, and to let her actions speak louder than words. When Derek shoved her shoulder, expecting her to stumble, Maya didn't budge. Instead, she grabbed his wrist and twisted just enough to make him wince. The cafeteria gasped again, this time louder. Derek's confidence wavered as he realized she wasn't afraid of him. He tried to pull away, but Maya leaned in close, her voice calm yet powerful. "You don't get to treat people like they're nothing, not anymore." For the first time in years, Derek's bravado cracked. The pain in his wrist, coupled with the eyes of the entire cafeteria on him, broke through his pride. Okay, let go," he pleaded, his voice shaking. Maya released him, but not without a final warning. "If you want respect, start giving it." Silence hung in the air before the cafeteria erupted, not in laughter, but in cheers. Students clapped and shouted, some even standing to applaud. Derek's face burned with humiliation as he retreated to the back of the room. For once, the bully had been put in his place. But Maya didn't bask in the attention. She simply picked up her tray, brushed off the mess, and sat down. Slowly, others joined her, kids who had once been Derek's victims, kids who saw in Maya a kind of bravery they wished they had. She smiled at them, not as someone above them, but as someone beside them, an ally, a friend. Over the next weeks, Maya's presence began to change Jefferson High. Students who once stayed silent now spoke up. Derek, humbled by his public defeat, started to keep to himself, and though it took time, he eventually approached Maya, not with insults, but with something closer to respect. "I don't know why you didn't just humiliate me worse," he admitted one day. Maya's reply was simple, "Because people don't change when you crush them. They change when you show them a better way." Maya's journey was never about defeating Derek. It was about proving that courage isn't about being the strongest, but about standing firm in the face of cruelty. She faced loneliness, fear, and judgment, but each challenge made her voice stronger. In time, she became a leader, not because she demanded it, but because others trusted her to stand up when it mattered most. Her story became a lesson for everyone at Jefferson High. True strength isn't in hurting others, but in protecting them. And as for Derek, he never forgot the day the new black girl walked into school and within a minute taught him a lesson he would carry for life. By the end of that school year, Maya wasn't just the new girl anymore. She was the reason others believed they didn't have to bow to fear. She was proof that one moment of courage could spark a change far greater than anyone imagined.